What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. I think it's fair to say that we all have our obsessions, our things that we enjoy watching, whether that's a favorite TV show, a comfort movie, a good book, and sometimes I, guilty as charged, become obsessed with characters. And when this happens, such as in the good old 2010s, what you would normally do is go to Tumblr and you would write a fan fiction. Now, if you're asking, what is a fan fiction? Let me tell you. A fan fiction is a fictional story written by a fan of a sort of form of media, whether it's the movie, TV show, whatever, and it's basically you could insert yourself into the story, make your characters do something else, etc., etc. And today, Bri and I are going to be reading and breaking down our favorite bad fan fictions. And what this has come down to is fanfiction.net, Wattpad, all these sites where you can get fan fictions, ours going back as far as 2011, and they have the classic telltale sign of YN. You'll find out what that means later. I hope you enjoy listening to the podcast as much as we enjoyed recording it. It's a little bit like a weird comedy audiobook, so I hope you enjoy it. Anyways, I will stop rambling because you're going to hear enough of that in the episode. I hope you enjoy and let me know what kind of content you want to hear next. Okay, so I printed out a couple fan fictions. I'm excited. They're pretty bad.
I have, my lineup changed a bit.
That's okay.
I ended up finding something better than the Steve Rogers one. So I replaced that with a Chris Evans fic.
Oh my god, yes.
And then I think one of these is one of them is an Obi-Wan Kenobi one. And then I have two mystery ones.
Okay, I'll
admit one of them. One of them is John Wick.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then I have one that I'm saving for the end that I think you will enjoy.
Okay, I'm ready. I
had to ditch the Rick Grimes fic because I realized as I was reading it over that it has graphic porn in it. So I was podcast.
Graphic porn, oh my god. Yeah, there's one I had here that I thought would be funny. It's like a joke one of, when like women do an impression of men writing women.
Ah, yes.
It's one of those, but now that I look at it, I'm like, this is kind of, not, I can't read this on the podcast.
One of the ones I have is on Wattpad.
Oh,
my favorite part about it is people comment on, like, the individual lines. There's one section where I'm going to have to read you some of the comments.
Yes, please.
It's so funny.
Oh, my God. Okay, so I guess, considering that my audience is people my parents' age, too,
yeah.
I feel like we should explain, like, what fanfiction is, in case they don't know. I googled the definition just so I could say it in a not stupid way, but it's basically,
like... I didn't think to do that.
It's really just fiction written by a fan of or about characters in a movie, book, show, whatever. Yeah, I was thinking, you know how some of them say, like, the Y/N for your name?
Mm-hmm.
Should we input our own names to be stupid?
Oh, God, no, I've never been able to put my own name into one of those. I always put my middle name. If I say my name, it feels weird.
It feels so weird. Oh, my God. Maybe we'll do middle names. My name is
I can't read,
Belle.
like, Steve kissed YN. Steve kissed
I know, I'm like, ooh.
It sounds so gross.
Yeah, they input it in some weird spots, too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see. Okay, do you want me to kick it off with My Immortal?
Always. My Immortal is just the original.
Okay, My Immortal is the most iconic fanfiction in the Harry Potter fandom. Written by XX Midnight Essence XX for on fanfiction.net. I printed chapters 1 and 2 because the chapters are, like, kind of short. I'll just have to bleep out the swears because there's so many.
Oh, I know.
Okay. The first is a run-on sentence, so I need, like, a big breath of air. Okay, are we ready?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair, parentheses. That's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back, and icy blue eyes like limpid tears. And a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note, if you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was because he's a major freaking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch. And I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England where I'm in the 7th year, parentheses, I'm 17. I am a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me, so I put my middle finger at them. Hey, Ebony, shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. What's up, Draco? I asked. Nothing, he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me and I had to go away. Author's note, is it good? Please tell me, thanks.
I love her author's notes so much.
They're so funny.
They're the best.
The next day I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant My Chemical Romance t-shirt, which I use for pajamas. Instead, I put on black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black lace fishnets. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you, woke up and grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets, and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick and white foundation and black eyeliner. OMFG, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah, so, I said blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. No, I so freaking don't, I shouted. Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I repeated flirtily. Guess what, he said. What, I asked. Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Oh my freaking god, I screamed. I love Good Charlotte. They're my favorite band, besides My Chemical Romance. Well, do you want to go with me, he asked. I gasped.
I hate that fic so much.
The farthest I've ever gotten is to chapter 8, and then I had to stop.
I haven't even made it that far. I made it past chapter 5.
I got to some point in the hospital after Lupin and Snap were caught looking at her in the bathtub, and she went to St. Mango's hospital.
The last thing that the furthest I think I've ever gotten is to when, I think Hagrid is outside of her window with, like, a video camera.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the furthest I've gotten.
My favorite line is in chapter 4. It just says, oh my god, so it's a sex scene between her and Draco. It says, suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately, Draco climbed on top of me and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took my top off and I took of his clothes. I even took of my bra. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what and we did it for the first time. Oh, I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm. And then, what the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was Dumbledore.
That's right. I love how even though she's like, I'm a goth, I'm a vampire, she still takes the time to put her hair up in the messy bun.
The messy bun, like the little...
Every single YN needs the messy bun.
And then, like, I think Ron, his new name is Diablo, and Hermione is Bloody Mary Granger. And then Harry is Vampire Potter.
That's right. Don't she and Vampire Potter have a thing for each other for a little bit, don't they?
There's like a whole, like, either love triangle or threesome between her, Draco, and Vampire Potter. And then Snap, Lupin, and Hagrid are filming her in the bath with a video camera.
Snap, Lupin, and Hagrid.
Oh my god. Truly so iconic. Bad. This has been around. I didn't even look at what year this is. Hold on.
It's
Does
so
it say?
Old.
Like, this is like published
in middle school.
Published March 16th, 2011.
Jeez.
Scotty, stop screaming.
We're old.
Okay. You want to read your first one?
Ooh. Yes. Okay, so you can pick between Obi-Wan Kenobi, that's very out of character, John Wick, that is also very out of character, and Chris Evans.
Oh, you know what? Let's go Obi-Wan.
Ooh, okay. Okay, it is called Like What You See. I won't put the Tumblr user on blast because I would feel mean. It was requested by an Anon, and the warnings are making out, ? I don't know. Obi-Wan is low-key a freak, so ...
What? What do you mean ?
Right? Okay. I'll start. Flying through the halls of the temple I went. I felt weightless, like I could actually fly. I passed several awestruck Padawans, mouths gaping open. Finally, I reached the room I was looking for. I threw open the door and announced myself. Obi-Wan, guess what? Hi. He stood in the middle of the room, totally exposed except for a towel wrapped around his middle. He looked over his shoulder and turned around, revealing his extremely toned abdomen. YN, what can I do for you? I was rendered speechless for a few seconds before I could fully recollect the events of the past 15 seconds. By some unspoken pact, we both stepped closer together. Suddenly, I was extremely self-conscious, wearing only shorts and a loose t-shirt. I had been summoned to the Jedi Council in the middle of training, and I hadn't had time to change. Like what you see, Obi-Wan smirked and winked at me, sending pills through my middle. Could you put a shirt on? I asked, gently pressing my hands against his abs, willing myself to step back. What did you come here for? He asked, barely above a whisper. I'm a master now. The council just promoted me. YN, that's great. He pulled me into a tight embrace, which lasted for a few seconds before I realized, oh my god, Obi-Wan, you're all wet.
Oh my god.
Pushing his chest away from me. He gripped my waist tighter, pulling me closer to him. I shrieked and laughed, pounding on his chest. Finally, he released me as I stumbled back, breathlessly. I grabbed the bottom of my shirt and began to wring it out. Of all the days, today I had chosen to wear a white shirt.
How wet was he?
I don't know.
What do you mean, wring it out?
It was practically see-through. Obi-Wan pushed his soggy hair out of his forehead, still laughing. His eyes finally found me, traveling up and down my body. He bit his lip in an incredibly sexy way that made me want to melt. He approached me, looking at me in a certain way that made me incredibly woozy. His hand reached up to caress my jawline. I brought my hand to the nape of his neck, curling my fingers in his hair. Slowly, he brought his lips to mine, barely brushing them as he swept me up, locking my legs around his waist. He pushes me roughly against the nearest wall, pressing closer to me. I tug a bit at his hair. He sighs into the kiss. One of his hands on my cheek, the other on the wall above my head, bracing us. Abruptly, he pushes away, gasping for air. We shouldn't do this, I breathe. He presses his lips to the curve of my neck, sucking the soft skin. You're right, he says, breath hot and on my collarbone. We definitely shouldn't. He returns to my lips. The kiss is too hot and too needy. That the way he presses. And then there's a pause because she has a random line jump. His body against mine makes me want to collapse. I would have. His hand hadn't been curved around my thigh, supporting me. Eventually he pulls away, resting his forehead against mine. We shouldn't do this, he whispers. We definitely shouldn't, I respond, barely audible. But the way he returns to my lips, the way he groans when I tug his hair, the way he's pressed flush against me, tell me that there's no way he can stop, no way either of us can. I'm in love with you, I whisper against his lips. We're Jedi, he answers, opening his eyes. He looks at me with the softest, most adoring look a person can give. He presses a lingering kiss to my forehead before responding, I'm in love with you. I smile against his lips. To answer your question, yes, I definitely do like what I see.
Oh,
I hate it.
Something about, one, the way that she said his abdomen.
Right?
But also her feeling up his abs and going, can you put a shirt on?
I just love that she's like, oh my god, you're so wet. And then her shirt is soaked all the way through.
She's like, let me wring it out. You're so
wet.
wet.
How is there that much water on his body?
Was he still in the shower? Huh?
Right? Oh, it's so bad. It's so out of character. I think it's so funny.
Well, speaking of wet and out of character, I have a second fan fiction here. I don't know, have I made you read this? It's called A Day Out with Benedict Cumberbatch by Detective in Training.
I think you've told me about it. I don't think I've ever read it.
Okay, it's also off of fanfiction.net, if that tells you anything.
Ooh.
This one is from 2012. Okay.
It's old.
It's a wonderfully pretty Monday morning, and for a change, you're actually early on your way to university, so you figure there is time to get coffee from the nearest Starbucks. Holding your scalding vanilla cappuccino in your hands, you hurry out of the busy place, and not seeing the little step on the threshold, stumble hard, painfully falling against a tall figure which appears in front of you that very second. Terrified, you watch in slow motion as the entire contents of the cup splash over the suit of the man, and weirdly, the only thought your mind can process is that the suit is tailor-cut and looks very expensive. Flushing crimson with embarrassment, you immediately start mopping the man's suit with the tissues that were given with your drink, apologizing incessantly. My goodness, I'm so incredibly sorry for this. I just didn't see you, and I fell on the step, and oh, please let me pay for the cleaning. But you don't get to finish your sentence, because the man puts a hand on your arm, with which you're desperately clutching the soaking tissues, and says, oh, please, don't worry about the suit. It's just a small mishap that could happen to anyone. I myself has done that on a number of occasions. And as soon as you hear this incredibly rich, deep, and rumbling voice, a gasp escapes you and you feel yourself shaking. No, this cannot be. You lift your eyes cautiously and feel them almost leap out of your head as you gaze starstruck at the all-too-familiar face before you. The razor-sharp cheekbones, the lean face, the mesmerizing eyes, the wavy ginger hair. It feels too surreal to be true, but since you have for the past half minute been frantically rubbing a tiny piece of tissue against this man's torso, you simply accept that yes, the man you spilled a whole cup of coffee on is in fact Benedict Cumberbatch. In a daze, you hear him speak, "Please let me buy you another cup of coffee to replace this one. I believe I too am at fault for having so unexpectedly and hurriedly walked into the shop. But would you mind if we found another coffee place? It's just too crowded in here and completely impossible to hold a conversation. I think I know just the right spot, and it's not too distant from here." Not even knowing what is going on, you find yourself nodding your head mutely, still grasping the wet tissues to your chest. He starts walking, keeping half a step in front, and you find yourself hurrying your pace to keep up with his immensely long stride. As he walks, he introduces himself and inquires about you and your studies, and seems impressed when you shyly tell him what you're studying. In exchange, he tells you he is an actor, and probably you have never ever heard of him, and not to appear an overeager fangirl, you shrug nonchalantly. Stammering, you manage to ask him a question or two about his acting, melting inwardly as he regales you with stories about his work in Sherlock and his new role in The Hobbit, and how he has fled here to take a short break from the stresses of his job. He really does have a slightly tired air to him, and your stomach winces in sympathy. You notice he has led you away from the crowded main street and is walking towards a quieter road that opens out on a park nearby a canal. Rounding the corner, he shows you to a tiny French cafe and holds the door open for you. He tells you that his mother used to take him there as a boy before he moved to take up acting, and that after lunch he had loved to walk in the park and feed the ducks in the canal. The owner, a corpulent Frenchman, remembers Benedict and, clapping his hands in joy, inquires in French what he would like to order. Your somewhat distorted knowledge of the language, however, allows you to understand that the chef has mentioned you as, I can't pronounce this in French, votre delicieux ami. Oh my god, I butchered that.
Okay.
His delightful friend, and you realize that if you blush any further, you'll set fire to your cheeks. In perfectly fluent French, Benedict orders 2 vanilla cappuccinos and 2 exquisite pastries to go. He requests them. Awkwardly, you wait alongside him until the order is ready. He pays, refusing your offers to pay your share, saying that you've had quite enough trouble this morning, and once again holding the door open for you, sets out into the bright and warm sunshine. He takes you into the park, charmingly describing fellow actors and funny set incidents, and soon enough you've relaxed enough to tell him some anecdotes about yourself and smile as he laughs heartily. He turns to you, and once again butterflies swarm in your stomach as you hear him. Seeing that I've shamelessly abducted you from your daily plans, and you've probably already missed a lecture or 2, would you mind joining me for an impromptu picnic here in the park? You're a wonderful person to talk to, and I'd gladly have your company for a while longer. Giddy with joy, you beam out a slightly breathless agreement, and in companionable silence walk by his side as he leads you to a place on the opposite side of the park, where he says he used to have picnics by himself when he was younger because he had no friends or siblings to have picnics with. Incredibly saddened by this private insight, you tell him about having stayed somewhat lonely throughout your life, and watch the corners of his eyes crinkle in understanding. Suddenly, you feel yourself lose your balance over some gravel on the path, and he gallantly takes your hand to steady you, and does not let go, even when you recommence walking, at which point your legs seem ready to give way. But you persuade yourself to calmly keep moving forward, one leg at a time. Walking a bit further ahead, moving away from the path, he stops and you find yourself in a small secluded spot on higher ground, which is completely invisible to anyone walking along the main path. He takes off his suit jacket and spreads it on the ground, explaining that if it's already dirty, some grass stains won't make much of a difference. But realizing that his words make you feel uncomfortable and guilty, he apologizes. You sit down on the edge of the jacket as he takes his place directly opposite you, comfortably cross-legged, and opens the paper bag that holds the takeaway food, handing you your second vanilla cappuccino of the day, along with the Malfoy pastry. You sit there, relishing the sunshine and the food as you chat companionably about your life, feeling closer to him than you've been to anyone in years. Handing you a napkin from the bag, your hands touch, and a slight blush creeps over his smooth cheekbones, his large and beautiful hand lingering on yours for slightly longer than necessary, and he leans forward, so large and warm, and, well, unbelievably real, that feeling too overwhelmed by all this emotion and your pulse racing, you leap up nervously and walk to the side of the clearing, letting the wind flow through your hair, calming you. You hear a twig break behind you and turn to see his large figure standing up over you, his deep sea green and gold-flecked eyes boring into your soul. And slowly you feel yourself drowning in them as your heart starts to beat so loudly you're surprised he doesn't hear it. He whispers so quietly you're not even sure you're imagining it or not. Forgive me if I startled you. I feel a strange connection with you as though I've known you from a different lifetime. You are indeed a special person. His eyes crinkle at the corners as he smiles shyly, and the wind plays with a lock of hair fallen across his forehead. Leaving one hand casually in his pocket, with his other hand he brushes back your wind-swept hair and gently runs his fingertips down the side of your face. Caresses your lip with his thumb, like the wings of a butterfly, and finally lifts them to his. As you stare mesmerized at those angelically curved lips you've so often fantasized about, in one swift stroke, he slashes your neck open with the knife that was in his pocket, so quickly you don't even have time to scream, and he leaves you there as you die pulsating in waves of blood.
My goodness, the ginger assassin! Oh, what? What?
The end.
I was not expecting that. I'm very confused.
Oh my god.
First, I was confused about how he kept a vanilla cappuccino from spilling while it was in the takeaway bag. Now
Right?
I'm confused if he just slit her throat.
I was confused at how they don't know each other and she spilled on him, and it's like he looks at his suit and is like, vanilla cappuccino is what she had. I'll order her a second one. Like, what?
Right?
What?
Oh, what? Okay. Okay.
That's the ideal day out with Benedict Cumberbatch, if I do say so myself.
I was not ready for that one. Are there more chapters?
Nope.
Or is that it?
That's it.
Oh.
Because you're dead.
Okay. There's no, like, oh, we have to find Benedict. He killed an innocent girl.
Nope. Because you're on on campus.
Go off, Benedict. Go off, bestie.
She just doesn't show up for lectures.
Yeah, she's like,
Whatever.
It was worth it.
True.
I love how he's, like, all ready for, like, the picnic. He's like, all right, we just met, but I think I'm in love with you. Let's go for a picnic.
Also, like, let me just say, grass stains are on a different level. So, like, saying, like, oh, there's some coffee on my jacket, but grass stains won't make a difference. Like, yes, they will. They will make a difference.
The coffee will come out. Logically, it'll probably come out. Grass stains?
No, that's there for life.
No. Although if it's a black jacket, you wouldn't notice, probably, hopefully.
True, it might just look like sweat.
Yeah. Because we all know Benedict is a very sweaty boy, apparently.
Oh, he's just so wet. My shirt is soaking. Guess I'll
yeah.
wring it out.
The coffee and the blood.
Literally. Oh my god.
Get the grass stains now.
Oh boy. Okay.
My next one that I brought to the table is a Chris Evans ex-reader.
Oh boy.
That I found very early this morning because I was bored. And I was like, ooh, I bet I could find something good in this tag. It is from 2014.
Oh boy.
It is called Pillow Fights at 3 a.m.
Stop.
I would like to read you the summary. I'm only going to read the first chapter, but I'll read the summary because I think it's good.
I'm ready.
It's one sentence. You went from obsessing over him on Tumblr to becoming his best friend, to becoming his crush, and finally, his girlfriend.
Wow, that's the Tumblr dream.
Yup. Okay, chapter 1. And the Oscar goes to... There was a brief silence. You were nominated for Best Supporting Actress for your role in the latest Avengers movie. Robert had thrown a huge party at his house when the nominees were announced. At the party, everyone came to congratulating you, including Chris. Ever since the first Captain America movie, you'd been kind of obsessed with him. But it was kind of weird since you didn't actually know him in person. Yet.
Me.
You'd watch interviews of him over and over. You couldn't get enough of this huge dork.
Chris Evans is a stupid bearded sweater wearing top dork.
And when you started working on the film, you were already starting to get to know him. That's when you were really started crushing. For all you knew, he saw you as more of a best friend. You guys did lame best friend stuff. like call each other at 1 a.m. when you were drunk, or go movie hopping with bags full of snuck-in junk food, or rent movies on rainy days and end up having pillow fights, and you both had goofy photos of each other on your phone wallpapers. But yeah, you were definitely crushing. And with those piercing blue eyes, that stunning smile, and that goofy sweet personality, who could blame you? Hey, YN, it's so awesome that you were nominated, he said, leaning against the bar you were sitting alone. I love the grammar in this, by the way.
Right?
Just love it. Yeah, it's so crazy. I've literally been in this business for a year, and I was already nominated for an award. It's all so surreal. You replied, slowly, shyly raising your eyes to meet his. Nope. You thought his eyes had this glint in them from the light behind the bar, and it was becking mesmerizing. You both look away, and neither... You both look away, and neither could he. Don't know what that means.
What?
Hey guys, can I get either of you a drink? Robert popped up from behind the bar. I like to imagine he was just like crouched on the floor and he just jumped up. You glared at him, hoping he'd take the hint, when Chris said, I think we're both good. Thanks, Rob. While holding your gaze, your cheeks flushed red, and you mumbled something about having to use the ladies, and you hurried away, leaving Chris confused and slightly hurt. On the way to the bathroom, you found Scarlett on the couch talking to Jeremy. Sorry, Jay, this is really important. You cried, dragging Scarlett along with you. Once in the bathroom, you plopped yourself on the closed toilet. I saw you and Chris at the bar, Scarlett said smugly. She had become your best girlfriend, your confidant, and she knew all about your little crush on Chris. He was definitely undressing you in his mind, by the way. Oh my God, Scar, get your mind out of the gutter, please, you said, rolling your eyes. Did it really look like he was? How blind are you? He's so into you. It was her turn to roll her eyes. Do you really think so? You would have to be crazy not to see it. You guys are always so flirty together. Everyone's been waiting for the day when you guys finally realize how madly in love you are with each other. Shut up. You're insane, you said, but you couldn't help the smile that crept onto your face. Come on, YN. You know you really like him, and you can do something about him. Or you can wait for him to. Or you can let everything stay the same. But right now, it seems like more than just a friendship between you two. And with that, she left you alone in the bathroom to think about what the hell you're going to do about that meatball waiting for you at the bar. On the day of the Oscars, you were walking the red carpet and feeling super hot, too, in your sleek, long black dress and your classic Hollywood updo.
Oh,
I love how they describe the clothes. I love it. Ugh. You felt a hand on the small of your back that sent a surge of electricity up your spine, which only meant it could be Chris.
Oh,
he leaned in towards you with a whisper. You look really great today. Your heart started thumping, and you were surprised it didn't jump out of your chest. Thanks, you replied. So do... Well, you always look great, but, time seemed to stop. Chris Evans had his hand basically around your waist. Chris Evans had just complimented you. Chris Evans was looking at you like you were the only person on the planet. And, oh my God, you swear Chris Evans just looked at your lips.
I'm sorry, who was it?
What?
I said, I'm sorry, yeah. Who was it?
Oh, who knows? It's not like they said his name a few times. You hesitantly broke his gaze and took a deep breath, pulling away from him. He couldn't do this to you, not now, in front of dozens of photographers and media people, because if he did anything more, you'd probably faint.
Oh my God.
You gave him a look that said, not here, but God, save that for later because I'm 100% okay with it. Or at least, that's what you were trying to say. He seemed to understand, and the two of you walked side by side into the theater. And the Oscar goes to... You looked across the table, and Chris was making eye contact with you. He reached to give your hand a squeeze, Was this really happening? And then it's a million exclamation points and a single question mark.
Oh, boy.
YN! Scarlett screamed and jumped up next to you, bringing you in for a big hug. Hemsworth, Jeremy, and Mark gave you encouraging pats on the back.
Oh.
RDJ grabbed you and kissed your forehead, and then you turned around. Chris was there, and he picked you up and spun you around before setting you back to go accept your award. Oh my god, wow, this is absolutely crazy. I honestly have no words. Well, I'd like to thank my parents for encouraging and supporting me no matter what, and my uncle for getting me into the business, and of course, Josh for graciously accepting me into his genius world, and also the Academy. Oh my god, thank you. Okay, I should probably leave the stage now. You laughed nervously. The cast was waiting for you backstage, but of course, Chris was the first one to approach you, only to pick you up and spin you again, this time adding a kiss to the top of your head. Why, and do you have any idea how cool this is? You're a superstar. Superstar. Yeah, right. You joked, trying to keep you cool, but I have to read this fast, and I'm gonna stumble because there's no spaces. Oh my god, he just kissed you, and it was just the top of your head, but it's still, oh my god. Hey, YN, another party at my place tonight after the show. You down? Impromptu, but definitely necessary, RDJ threw in. Of course, Rob. Sounds awesome, thanks. You turn to Chris. Are you gonna go? Well, duh. I wouldn't miss your party for the world, he says, his contagious smile reaching from ear to ear. He probably thought nothing of this remark. It was just a response for him, but it made your stomach flip 1,000 times over and your heart sing with happiness.
Oh.
That's it.
I mean,
I
not the
it.
Nicknames. Jay? Please.
I lost it, Jay.
God forbid they refer to Jeremy Renner as Jay.
First off, Jeremy Renner's in the story, and all I can think of is, wow, I wonder how many stars they had to pay him to be there. And then they called him Jay.
Also, her accepting her award and thanking, like, her parents and her uncle, and, like, what about Stan Lee, you inconsiderate
Also, I love that she's like, I've only been an actress for a year, and I've already gotten an Oscar.
Why would you say that?
It's so funny to me.
Oh my god, oh, the nicknames launch me.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, I'm figuring out how I want to space the rest of mine. Do you have one more or two more?
How many do you have left? Because I have two more.
You have two more? Okay, so I'll read one of the Imagines, and then you can read one, and then the last two Imagines are Harry Styles, so I'll read them both at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess I should explain again. Imagines, I mean, really, it's just imagine you're with so-and-so, and they do this, and, it's simple. So this one is Zayn Malik from One Direction.
Ooh.
These are bad 1D Imagines, in case you aren't aware. So this one says, this is my favorite one of all time. Hashtag imagine. You and Zayn are at the hospital because you're getting a heart transplant. I'm so nervous, you say. Don't be. You're gonna pull through this. I know that for a fact. You kiss him and go into operation. You come out successfully and run out to tell Zayn, but he's not there. You find a little teddy bear with a card shaped like a card. Hey, babe. Sorry I couldn't be there for you after your operation, but I will always be in your heart forever, from Zayn. You ask one of the nurses, where's the boy I was with before my operation? The nurse replies, didn't they tell you who the donor was? And the heartbreak emoji.
No. As soon as you started when they were in the hospital, I was like, I know where this is going. Like, I know this one.
Didn't they tell you who the donor was?
God, I like, there's a Harry Styles one where it's a
teeth transplant.
And now he has gums.
Didn't they tell you who the teeth donor was? I've seen that one too, oh my god.
Oh, I hate it.
Wow, truly iconic.
Yes, that's awful.
Okay, John Wick, pull through. Save us.
Yes. So I know that this is not we said we were going to stick to, like, big fandoms, and this one isn't a very big one. But I feel like if you've seen just a trailer for John Wick, you would know what kind of a character he is. And I found this on Tumblr last night, because I replaced a different one. And I just thought, this one's too good to skip. Okay. Monday, first day of the week, and you are already exhausted. Your boss is demanding you more than you give. But you would do anything for the promotion and that damn bonus you need so much.
Me.
Few hours of sleep and stressing paperwork is what most of your days consist of. But the only good thing about your current life might probably be John, who you may call your boyfriend, or something along those lines. You've been seeing him for a few months, and you're starting to develop strong feelings for him. More like you already have strong feelings, but you're trying to ignore them. Maybe it's too soon. Your phone rings, breaking your concentration on the screen. You can see a message from John, which you immediately open. Hey, how's work going? Bad. Really bad. I haven't had the chance to eat, and I would literally kill for a donut right now.
Me.
Sorry to hear that. Your shift ends in an hour, right? More or less. Why? I was wondering if you want to come over to my house after work. I would love to. Great. See you then. Looking forward. You smile as you drop your phone on the desk. Such a simple thing always manages to make your heart flutter. The overtime is taking its toll, and you just want to break from work. And spending time with John is the perfect way to escape your daily life. You didn't, you explain. You exclaim, oh my god, you are the best. Anything for you, he chuckles. You open the box he gave you and take out a donut covered in dark chocolate. You take a bite of bit. Not it, a bite of bit. And oh my god, it's delicious. Exactly what you've been craving all day. Oh my god, I love you, you mumble without thinking. A hand in front of your face to cover the mess. Words almost drowned by the food in your mouth. What? John cocks an eyebrow. You were so distracted by the flavors in your mouth that you didn't realize what had escaped your lips. It's not like you didn't mean it. You actually have been thinking about telling him your real feelings, but you aren't sure what stage in your relationship with John is. God, I hate reading this grammar. God, you might have just ruined it and scared him. I love this, you quickly lie. Really? He gives you a confused look, which quickly changes to an amused expression. Because it sounds to me like you said that you love me. Oh, was it clear? You sighed, disappointed in yourself. What if he now breaks with you? You don't want that. Very clear, John chuckles, but his expression quickly changes. He suddenly looks sad, like he's realized something. Wait, you didn't mean it? Oh. No! You exclaim. No, I was scared I might have ruined a relationship. You let out with a sigh and dropped the donut on the table. Suddenly nervous. Maybe it's too early for that, you know? Well, he smiles, and you take a moment to appreciate how handsome he looks with his messy hair and leather jacket.
Oh, boy.
I'm glad to tell you that I feel the same way, Angel. Really? You say, taken aback by his sudden statement. Has he really said that? Yeah, he laughs beautifully. I love you, too. I've been dying to tell you. No way, you whisper, making him chuckle again. You can't believe how lucky you are. The guy you love feels the same way for you. I heard my elbow crack.
Oh my god.
Sorry, that's off topic.
I heard that.
Oh, love that. The most handsome man on earth has his whole attention on you and only you. I love you so much, he says again, giving you time to properly process his words and fully believe them. I love you too, you smile of happiness, standing up and taking a sit on his lap. You gently cup his face with your hands, admiring his pretty, perfect smile as he wraps his arms around your waist. And you kiss him with all the love you have. You can't believe this is happening.
Wow. Slow.
I love the contract killer who still is in love with his wife and has lost his dog and then got a new one and has gone on like 3 rampages now. He's just, oh gosh, I love you, to this random woman.
I was waiting for the plot twist where he actually goes out and like snaps someone's neck so he could get her that donut, because she said I would kill for a donut. But maybe it was the Benedict Cumberbatch residual in my head. Oh my god, that, and then also, I don't know, it felt very much like The Bachelor, where they're like, I just want you to know that, like, I'm falling in love with you, or, like, I'm starting to fall, I'm in love with you. I'm like, Jesus, like, just say the damn thing. Oh my god.
Right?
Yep.
I love how upset he got when he thought she was lying.
You didn't mean it? Like, I will say anything if you bring me food, dude.
Right? Also, I can't get over the all caps no that went on for like a whole line.
That sounds like in Rent when Roger just screams no, and it's like my favorite part of the whole movie. Okay, I've got 2 Harry Styles imagines here, and they're both hilarious. It's hard to pick a favorite. I have to say the second one is my favorite. They're very short. The first one says, imagine, and then it's a little asterisk, after Harry just made you breakfast. YN says, babe, where are your pants? Harry says, what did you think was in the oatmeal? And then this is the photo.
I hate that so much. No.
And then this other one, oh my god, this is my favorite. This is a personal favorite of mine. I actually have it saved to the favorites in my phone photos so that I could look at it when I'm sad. It says, imagine, Harry was trying to teach you how to shower, and he slipped on a soggy piece of chicken and swore he would never shower again. Also, he broke his leg. Sad face, broken heart emoji. You got really sad and never learned how to shower.
Wait, was there chicken in the shower?
Yes.
Why?
This is the
What the I hate that.
Yep. Oh. Okay, you said your last one is a mystery?
Yes. So you'll be able to figure it out really fast, and I feel like I should keep it a secret, and then I'll tell you for like anybody who doesn't figure it out. I'll say it at the end.
I'm ready.
It's called Crazy for You, and we're jumping right in to chapter 15.
Love it.
Called First Loves. Okay. We arrived at Pinkberry, and I ordered cake batter, and Kendall got plain vanilla. I made fun of him for being so boring. Of course, I was ready to pay, but Kendall beat me to it, handing the clerk his credit card. I still can't believe your butt was caught on camera, I laughed. I know, I'm still not over it either. Minnesota is wild.
Oh
he chuckled, shaking his head. How did you get the camera guys to delete the footage? I have my ways. And by that, I mean just old school blackmail, he says, and I scoff. Wow, brownie points go to Blondie, I say. And he smirks at me. Enough about me. How have you been? I've been okay. Last night was pretty rough, though, I say, pushing my hair behind my ear.
Oh my god.
What happened to your face? Did Jackson do that? He asked, and I take the spoon out of mouth, swallowing my frozen yogurt slowly. Amber, you can tell me. I promise I won't lash out again, he says. I was walking back from the pool last night, and Jackson was standing outside my apartment. He asked if I knew anything about Gustavo not signing him anymore. I told Gustavo everything. I told Gustavo everything that morning, so I lied and said I didn't know. He believed me and proceeded to ask me out on a date. I declined, and he got mad. So, he gave me this, I say, pointing to the bruise on my cheek.
Oh my god.
He opens his mouth to say something, but closes it, instead tracing my cheek. I whimper and turn my head away from him. I'm fine. I just don't want you to see me like this, I say, still turning my head away. I don't care if your whole face is up. You'd still manage to look gorgeous, he says, and I turn my head back to him. You're sweet for trying to make me feel better, I scoff, sniffling. No, I really mean what I said, he states. Okay, I'll accept the compliment, but that doesn't make me any less mad at you still. What? You forgave me and came here with me. No, I didn't forgive you. I accepted your apology. And I haven't eaten anything all day. Rude, he pouts, and I laugh. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I was just afraid of what Jackson intentions were. But Kendall, what happened between Jackson and I is my business, and it wasn't your battle to fight. But it was. You said you took a boxing class for a year and to defend yourself, but you didn't even fight back when he smacked you, he states. Did it ever occur to you that maybe he was my first love and I would never hurt him even if he hurt me? I asked. Was Joe your first love? This isn't about Joe. Kendall, just answer the question. Yeah, she was, he sighs, scratching her head. Then you should understand how love works, I huff. But that's still no excuse for him to abuse you, he sighs. Like I said, it's my problem, I say, standing up and throwing my empty frozen yogurt in the garbage. I gotta go. I'll see you guys tomorrow at the studio, I say, turning on my heels to reach the door. Walking away with your problem again, I see, he states, and I stop dead in my tracks. You're the one to talk. You ran away from your problem for 2 days. At least I stayed at Palm Woods, I exclaim, shaking my head as I walk out. That's different, his voice echoes as he speeds in front of me. Really? Because I think they're the same thing, I scoff. You know what? If you don't want me to care anymore, so be it, he exclaims. Fine, I never asked you to in the first place, I shout back. Good, I mock him. You know, you're such an I'm cut off as he roughly pulls me closer and he kisses me.
What?
You can't keep kissing me just because you're angry, I say, pulling away from him. I know, but your kisses keep me sane. He huffs, running his fingers through his hair. Look, Kendall, whatever this is, it needs to stop. I'm not Joe, so stop thinking I am. Oh. We agree on being friends. You can't just change your mood whenever you feel like it, I huff. I know, but it's not about Joe, he says. Then what is it then? Tell me what's going on, I huff with a frown. Nothing. You wouldn't understand. How do I know if you won't tell me? I'm not a mind reader, I scoff. Can we just forget this ever happened? Go back to being friends and let me walk you home, he cringes. I'm not agreeing to anything until you tell me what's going on with you, I state, turning on my heels. And then, in italics, I said what I said because I care. And that is the end. My favorite thing about this entire thing, I think it's number 3 on Wattpad's ranks of Big Time Rush Imagine.
Love it.
So, it's got 31 parts.
Oh, shit.
My favorite comment on the entire thing was written 4 days ago. Not 4 years
Stop.
ago, 4 days.
4 days. Wow.
It's on the line, did it ever occur to you that maybe he was my first love and I would never hurt him even if he hurt me? Where someone said, are you stupid or just smoking something in your free time? And then on April 11th, someone commented on the same line, you sound dumb.
Oh
Someone on March
God.
29th commented, oh my gosh, what an idiot. But my favorite is, are you stupid or just smoking something in your free time?
Stop bullying 8-year-olds. Jeez.
My favorite part about the entire thing is it was written 4 days ago.
The comment or the fan fiction?
It's so funny to me. I wonder when this was written. I did not actually look.
Yeah, wait, when was this published? Because if it was like a week ago, oh my god, I'll be shocked. Also,
I actually
like,
need to go away. Hold on.
bro,
There
she
it is.
sucked down that froyo real fast.
Dude, I know. In the middle of all her yelling, too.
And she's like trying to get away, and I'm like, why are you always in a big time rush?
The first chapter. I read the first chapter, and it goes on like that. Why are you always in a big time rush?
Oh
It doesn't
my god.
say when it was published. I'm so upset.
Dang. I feel like we're on the same, like, wavelength, because when you said it was a mystery, for no reason whatsoever. My brain, I almost said it, but then I was like, nah, that'll sound stupid. I was like, please let it be a Gustavo Rock fan fiction.
I should have looked for a Gustavo one. Oh my god.
I should have looked for a Nicolas Cage one. That was my mistake.
Oh, me too.
Dang.
We messed this one up. Next time.
But, like, who is Jackson? I was like, Jackson from
I think it's
Hannah
like her
Montana?
ex-boyfriend. I don't know. I didn't read chapters 2 through 14.
Jesus
so I
Christ.
couldn't tell you.
Oh my god. Well,
I just love, if you look through the list of, like, big time rush stories on
Fanfiction.
Wattpad, the top one is Big Time Breakthrough. And then number 6 on the list is Big Time Assistant.
oh, I wonder what direction that's gonna go in.
Right? Oh, Big Time Best Friend.
Stop. We were best friends and now he's my boyfriend. Jeez.
I hate it.
The real drama would come from if we read the fan fictions that we wrote back when we were
don't think I
at this
should do
year.
that.
I don't think I definitely had a Big Time Rush one. I am going to plead the fifth. I am not going to be reading that on here.
I never posted a Big Time Rush one, but I did post anime ones back in middle school, and I have no desire to bring those up.
I never posted them. I think I would only send them to you or to Shelby or to Holly, and that was it. Also, there's, like, some weird stuff out there. Like, I'm not trying to, like, I don't know, weird people out, but, like, that one I was telling you about with Barba and Nikamaro, and they're in the elevator.
That's what you sent me that, and I read the entirety of that.
I did too. I was like, what the?
I read that, and I was like, what?
You like this? What?
What did I just read?
He gave him his pants? What?
What? I didn't ask for this.
Okay, well, I'm debating if I want to cut this part out or leave it in and I'll just, like, straight up bleep the entirety of this. But I feel like you have to see it or hear it because it's so funny. But it's, it's the one of the woman doing an impression of a man writing a woman.
Ah, yes.
Because, men are always like, I don't know if you've seen the excerpt that's been going around Tumblr that was, like, it was a man writing a woman and how she went to the bathroom and how, like, when a man pees, it just comes as he stands thunderously over the bowl, but when a woman sits down, it's like a maze trying to exit her insides. I'm like, what the hell? That doesn't happen.
What the hell?
It's like she yawned and her breasts lifted towards the sun with her. I'm like, that's not how physics works.
Okay, pop off, sweaty.
Anyways, men can't write, and this is satire based off of that. So it says, she stood in the doorway, her enormous breasts glistening enticingly, her nipples desperately trying to escape the skin-tight latex bra that she just happened to be wearing at 4 p.m. on a Sunday evening. The little nubs that adorned her big old jubilees emitted a low-pitched growl, a siren call that made my 18-inch immediately stand to attention.
Wait,
I wandered...
Did her nipples growl?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I was getting that right.
The nipples growled that made his 18-inch stand to attention.
Oh, yes, because that sounds anatomically correct.
I wandered over to her, my big ol' ween casting an impressive shadow on the floor. I let out a primal yell and immediately entered her, causing her to die violently with the first thrust. She was still wearing jeans. Such was the power of my man-meat that I perforated her clothing and simultaneously found the entrance to her clitoris.
Wait.
This wasn't my first sexual encounter. I've had sex with at least 2 other women. Still inside her, I could feel her ovaries shivering. You like that, baby? I growled menacingly. She gazed at me with pure lust in her nipples. Meh.
I hate that. That's disgusting.
It's so funny. My big ol' ween.
I love that his big ol' ween enters her clitoris. Like, honey, I don't think that's how it works.
I had this plan. I didn't end up doing it. I was like, how funny would it be, though, if I was like, Bri, I have, actually a Twilight fanfiction that I found, and I just sat here and read from 50 Shades until you figured out that it was 50 Shades.
Okay, but, I almost...
Do you have it?
No, I have a different one. I almost did the same thing, but with a Destiel fic that was published.
Shut up.
Pleasant.
Stop. That is not.
Where they're hunting Mothman.
It's literally a Destiel fic.
Yeah, well, let me find one of the pictures. There's art.
Oh god, I gotta insert the audio from me freaking out over Destiel in 2014 if I could find that video.
It's, it was... People really loved it, so she published it. Dean is an author of, like, horror novels. He goes back to Point Pleasant. I guess where he's from, randomly. Sam is there. I never made it far enough in it, because it's just so bad. I never made it far enough to, meet Destiel. Castiel. Wow, I just called him Destiel. There's no picture of Cass, but there is a picture of Dean and Sam. Oh, you can't, I have to make Chris Evans go away.
Bye, Chris.
Do you like all the Chris's?
I love all the Chris's.
Okay. Can you see it?
Oh my god. Why do they look like that?
I don't know. What are their names? Dean's name is Ben. I think Sam's name is
Sean.
Oh, what the fuck is it? I don't remember what Sam's name is. I think Misha is named Nicholas. I think, yes.
What?
Yeah, Nicholas Nolan is Misha. It's not Misha. Castiel, I should say. Can't remember what Sam was renamed. But his mom, I think, is still alive in this.
Dang.
And I think his dad used to beat them. It's very weird. I can tell you because the bookmark is still in here from freshman year of high school.
Oh my god.
I never made it past page 23.
I have, what's it called? Oh, shoot. Mortal Instruments. I got I got halfway through that book, and then it fell off my bookshelf, and the bookmark fell out, and I was like, shit, I don't know, where in the book I was. And so I just gave up.
Oh my god, that's me.
Oh my god, and then do you remember? I hate him so much.
Vaguely.
Little short, ginger dude. He's kind of dorky. Oh my god. I mean, okay, spoilers for Hunger Games. It's been 10 years. There's really no excuse at this point.
If you haven't seen it, that's your problem.
Anyways, I have a rule where I'll try to read something only 3 times. Anything after 3, okay. I give up. And the first time I read Mockingjay, I couldn't finish it because I got bored. And then the second time I lost the book, so I bought the new book, and then I restarted the third time. And as I was walking out of Castellero, literally holding the book, reading it, I'm not even halfway through yet. I'm at the beginning half, and freaking it runs by and goes, "Prim dies," and I was like, what the heck, dude? That's so mean. Yeah, so I gave up on that one. Thanks a lot, Nick.
I had to read that one through twice. Or I had to read the ending through twice. Because I got to that part where... Well, so first off, I have a bad habit of when I read books, I skip ahead to see what happens. Because I don't like surprises.
Oh my god.
If I'm reading a book where there's, a couple that I like, I'll, skip to the end to see if they're dating at the end.
No,
I'm I don't want one of them to die. And I have stopped reading because I don't like the ending of a book. But I remember I skipped ahead when I was reading that. And I had read the scene where Prim dies. And I was just didn't even realize that was what was happening.
Oh my god.
And then I finished the book. And then And so I read the scene where Prim dies a second time. And I didn't think anything of it. I just kept reading. And then Katniss is all, like, depressed that her sister is dead. And I sat there and I was like, wait.
What?
When did Prim die? So I had to go back a third time, read the scene, and I went, Prim just died. Took me, like, 3 read-throughs of the same scene to realize, someone just died.
I was reading Everything on the floor of do you remember Miss Hicks from high school?
Yeah.
So I was on the floor of her classroom at the end of the year, like, reading this book, and I vividly remember that there's, like, a graphic sex scene at some point, and I, like, started sweating. I was like, they're gonna know I'm reading porn. And it's like 2 18-year-old virgins, like, barely, you know, doing anything, but in my mind I'm like, his big ol' ween just entered her clitoris and her jeans were still on.
I remember the first time I ever came across, like, porn in a fanfic, and I was just like, oh my god, somebody's gonna know I'm reading this.
No, literally.
I was, like, sitting there with it, like, clutched to my phone, like, clutched to my face.
Nobody like...
I was like, no one can know.
The first time
I
ever came across it was I was reading Doctor Who fanfiction, literally back in middle school, and at some point, like, Jack Harkness gets into, like, the bath with someone and starts, like, having sex with him, and I was like, I mean, because Jack Harkness is, like, a man whore, obviously, but, like, I was reading it and I was like,
I think, for me, I'm pretty sure the first one, I don't remember who the pairing was exactly, but I know it was Supernatural. Because that was, no, it wasn't. Oh my god. No, it was Fairy Tale. The
Shut
anime.
up. Was it Natsu?
It was Natsu and Lucy. Yep. Because they were the first ship I ever wrote and published fanfic for. And it's still on fanfic.net. I don't remember what username I published it under, so I could not find it for you. But I know it is still there because I updated it in 2014.
Oh.
To say, hey, I'm done with this. Do not read it anymore.
Okay, like, we need to do something. Like, you know how Sarah and I did, like, an episode about cringe moments?
Yes.
Me and you should go through, like, I have my journal from 4th grade where I talk in depth about how much I love Mr. Mac.
I remember that.
And, like, I think also our website from, like, 4th grade, the website, fieryballsband@gmail.com. That, and then, oh my god, the Big Time Rush fanfiction is actually on the Kindle that I sold on Facebook Marketplace. So,
oh no.
Someone's gonna get that. I think I tried to wipe it, so I don't know if it's still there or not.
Hopefully
We've got
you
that.
it.
Oh boy, I've got all the fanfiction saved to Evernote on my phone that, like, me and Shelby wrote in freshman year of high school, so there's lots of content there.
I still probably have my book somewhere around here. With fucking, what was it? Ella and Dustin. Ella with the blonde hair with the pink streaks.
Oh, yeah!
And then Lyle the Hitman.
Lyle the Hitman, yes!
That was
my
my
god.
favorite character.
Jesus Christ. I still have, Leslie Duganberg, and
Yes.
what was the other one?
Oh,
Shoot, I have the email where you sent me, like, the poorly photoshopped.
Wasn't there one named Kendall?
Yeah. But
Wasn't
there was...
Kendall, Lyle's, like, stepsister or something?
I think, yeah, because we were like, oh, yeah, they're actors. It's Leslie Duganberg, who's in Peter and the Tree that, like, ate everybody, or... Oh my, it was like some dumb something. The tree who ate everyone because there's no music because a fat guy took all the music. It's a whole thing. And then, what? Dink Mulfight. Oh my god, that's what it was. Because I named him after this bag of zinc sulfite I found in my neighbor's house, and that's the that makes stuff glow in science.
Right.
Dink Mulfight and Leslie Duganberg, and it was Kendall Schmidt with like photoshopped Rupert Grint hair, and then I think the other one was it was Tom Felton with, like, different hair as well.
Yes. All I remember from my book was Lyle the Hitman, and then there was a Kendall in my book, I think. Kendall was, I'm 90% sure she was Lyle the Hitman's stepsister. She was in love with him. He, like, led her on, and then he got them in a car, and then drove them off.
Yeah! Yes!
And jumped out at the last second and killed her.
I have to find it. I think I packed it away, so when we get to the other house, I'll have to dig it out again. But it was, oh my god, I thought I was so cool. I went to my Nana's house in Santa Cruz, and I put an air mattress up by her window, and I brought my laptop, like my bulky, like the thick, like Dell that my dad gave me, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna write a script, because that was, like, our thing, and I was like, this is gonna be a horror movie, and it's gonna be so great, and so I was, like, typing, and I, like, color-coded all the names so you know who's talking, and I put it in those clear, you know, like, the business, like, folders that, like, has the string to tie. I put it in one of those, and I found it, and I looked at it, and oh my god, it's awful. It's so bad. There's a line where one of the main characters says to the ghost, "Leave us alone," and then the ghost says, "Okay, I'll leave you alone."
I was never able to do the script thing.
It's just hard for me to read, and it's, like, even harder to write, especially because I like to provide, like, outside details that you, like, can't do in a script.
Mm-hmm.
So personal preference for me is to write it as normal. Also, you know what? I bet Holly still has hers, too. We should all just do, like, a collective old story read and cry together about how terrible we were.
God. What was... Hers was called... She wanted me to write it for her. I think it was called I Live in a Madhouse.
Yeah! Oh my god,
Yeah.
I'll have to text her. I swear to god, that's what it is.
My book was called Secrets. I just remembered it. I think the main character's boyfriend glowed in the dark or something.
Wow. I know what you are.
He was special.
Wow. Yeah, we're gonna have to delve into this at some point because, geez, we could go on for hours about it.
Honestly.
Well, I'm glad that we got to get a good laugh out of other people's bad writing instead of ours. I was torn between, like, do I want to put the writer on blast or do I want to give them credit for their work because, like, I didn't write these, obviously. But anyways.
I felt bad putting them on blast. However, My Immortal, everyone should
know that.
Plus, if you didn't credit her, she'd call you a prep, so...
Yeah, and then she'd stick her middle finger up at you.
Yeah, she doesn't want any of these flames in her comments.
Yeah, and then go back to her coffin with the hot pink lining and go sleep at Hot Topic.
Her messy bun.
Oh, of course, we can't forget the messy bun.
Oh, we can never forget the messy bun.
Oh, man, I'm actually very surprised we got through this whole thing without objectifying Pedro Pascal in any way or form.
I'm a major fan, and I just want to grope you right now as we're talking.
Grope? We'll do it. Okay.
Really?
You know what? I really held myself back. There were many times where I went, ooh, I could just slip a Pedro Pascal thing in here.
Just slip it in there.
But I was like, no. We said we'd stick to big things. And I was like, Narcos is not a big fandom. I can't objectify Pedro Pascal in every single podcast.
Only a couple. That and Sebastian Stan. Only a few.
Oh, Sebastian Stan.
What a guy.
Wow, the best.
Alright, well, thanks for reading Fanfiction with me. It was a fun time.
I had a lot of fun.
It was some quality content. I'm going to go through and bleep out half the words in that parody fanfic that I read.
I especially in the Chris Evans fic, there were a lot of swear words that I held back there.
Yeah, I changed the ones in My Immortal. I'm like, I'm too lazy to bleep it out. I'll just change it.
There were a couple I missed, but...
Oh, heck.
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. I keep forgetting today is Sunday. Oh, boy. Okay, well, if you find any more good, bad fan fictions or old writing, text
I'll
them
just
to
send
me.
them to you, no
please.
context.
Oh my, Shelby actually texted me a screenshot of an old fan fiction we wrote in high school with no context, and I was like,
Oh God.
what? Delete this at once. We'll do a book club. We'll do a group read of
Yes.
all of our fan fiction.
Good job. You know, real quick before we leave, I almost read an excerpt from Hunting for a Highlander.
I was just gonna say, I have it right behind me, literally on my shelf.
I've read 50% of it because I have it on, like, iBooks. It's so weird.
Is it, like, good weird, or is it, like, weird?
No, it's kept me interested. Like, I keep reading it.
I'm gonna have to start soon.
You will. I will warn you, there's, like, a sex scene every other chapter.
Oh, boy. I guess I'll just read it by myself, then.
It's so weird.
Is he also able to, like, penetrate straight through her jeans?
Well, not exactly.
Oh, well.
But he does, in the first chapter, go, she's not very pretty. At least, not obviously pretty, but she's got big titties.
But she's got big titties, and that there is the tea.
It's funny.
She stared at me with lust in her nipples.
I love that the nipples growl at him.
His big ol' ween stands to attention, like, ready for duty.
Reporting in, sir.
Reporting for duty, sir.
I'm here, ready to be deployed. Okay, well, I will let you go, and definitely send me some more fun content. Okay, bye.
Bye.
That's it for today's episode, guys. I really hope you enjoyed having your throat slit by Benedict Cumberbatch. As always, like I say, share this podcast with a friend and let me know what kind of content you want to hear. Genuinely, I do want to know what you guys would like. I'm curious what kind of ideas you have, who you want to hear on the show next. Definitely let me know, send me a DM, leave a comment, whatever. And yeah, if you want to be on the podcast, let me know as well, because I am always looking for guests. So I hope you guys have a good week, and I will talk to you soon.